Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Here to go over and preview one of my more anticipated games for the entirety of 2024. I feel like I've been saying that a lot recently with Black Myth Wukong dropping as well. But Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, as far as the types of games that I enjoy, visceral, over-the-top, action-heavy games, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 is bringing all of that in spades. Love the original Space Marine from what I can remember of playing through it all those years ago. Space Marine 2 was not something I was expecting to actually come to fruition. But hey, great things come to those who wait, I guess. And now we are coming up on the release of Space Marine 2. It is doing the early access gimmick, which I do hate. We're going to be going over some of the key information of the game, what comes in every edition, some of the gameplay details, system requirements, and before I get into this video, I do want to give a shout to our good friends at Green Man Gaming who have got all 3 editions of Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 discounted. If you are an XP member, which if you watch this channel, hopefully you are, you'll save even more. The standard edition is 16% off for $50.39. The gold edition, which getting the gold edition is what warrants you early access. Instead of playing it on September 9th, like all the peasants picking up the standard edition, you get to play it on September 5th. Again, that is a joke, but it is $75.59. 16% off instead of paying $90, and you won't pay tax. And then they do have the Ultra edition as well. 16% off. Instead of $100, it'll be $84. So go check out Green Man Gaming, link in the description box below. As far as the early access shtick goes, I dread it, I hate it, I think it's absolutely ridiculous that this is something that's just become accepted in gaming, but what can I do? It has become accepted, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. And to be fair, we'll go over each individual edition, but the gold edition does also get you the season pass. However, there will be no microtransactions in this game, depending on how you deem it. However, let's talk about the game. So Space Marine 2 is the follow-up to Space Marine 1. Do you need to play Space Marine 1? No. Thankfully, you don't. You can go into it and enjoy the game for what it is. It does take place in the Warhammer 40k universe, but as a standalone story, you're going to be able to have a good time with it. You'll embody the superhuman skill and brutality of a Space Marine, unleash deadly abilities and devastating weaponry to obliterate the relentless Tyranid swarms, defend the Imperium in spectacular third-person action in solo or multiplayer modes. Yes, you can play the entirety of the campaign solo. The game does have a big emphasis on its multiplayer options as well. The campaign is 3-player co-op. There is an Operations PvE component, and there is the Endless War PvP component. The Endless War will be 6v6, and it will have cross-platform play, kind of. We'll get to that in a second. The game also notes your craft is death, embody the superhuman skill and brutality of a Space Marine, hold at bay the horrors of the galaxy in epic battles on far-flung planets with your deadly abilities, devastating weaponry, and uncovered dark secrets to drive the everlasting night and prove your ultimate loyalty to humanity. Yeah, there are some epic scale battles in this game with tons and tons, and should I reiterate, tons of enemies on screen. It is kind of insane how many enemies they're fitting onto screen and how bloody and gruesome it can get, but I am all about that. Also, as far as locales and the planets you're going to explore, a lot of variety, a lot of distinct locations, and they look gorgeous. From a visual standpoint, it does look fantastic, and that'll be represented not only in the single-player campaign, but also you'll be able to enjoy intense, gory, and fast-paced third-person action with hundreds of enemies on screen and purge the relentless Tyranid swarms in a spectacular new campaign. Play solo, or up to 3 friends can join together, that's you and 2 other people, in seamless 3-player co-op. I know 4-player is kind of the standard for a lot of games like this, but 3-player co-op is what this game is rocking with, and you'll be able to build and play your own Space Marine. Defend the Imperium as your own Space Marine in an endlessly brutal and replayable PvE campaign featuring 6 classes, unlocking new skills and cosmetics, or wage eternal war on your enemies in ferocious 6v6 PvP matches to bring glory to your faction. So you've got 6 classes in total: Tactical, Assault, Vanguard, Bulwark, Sniper, Heavy. They all have their distinct playstyles, and you'll try them out all and see which one you gravitate towards in the 6v6 PvP PvP component. You can't rock a 6-man sniper team. That is not going to be allowed. It's going to cap 2 of each class per team. So yeah, the 6-man sniper team, that dream is going to be dead and buried. I'm sorry to tell you guys that, but that's probably best for everybody in terms of enjoying the game. On top of that, we should talk a little bit about the cross-platform play, since multiplayer is such a big focus of the game. Full crossplay between Steam, Epic Games Store, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S will be supported from day 1 to an extent. You'll be able to play the campaign and PvE modes without any restriction, but note that for the fairness and balancing purposes, crossplay for the PvP mode, Eternal War, will be split between PC players in one pool, Steam and Epic Games Store, and console players in another, that's PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series. You'll also have the option to disable crossplay functionality if you prefer to play with those using the same platform as you. So that's a little bit of a bummer as far as the PvP goes. I understand their reasoning, but it is what it is as far as that's concerned. I also do want to note that the Year 1 battle plan has been completely outlined. These are the updates that they have planned seasonally. So come the release, September 5th or September the 9th, if you're a peasant, you'll get ultra-wide support coming in Season 1, private PvE lobbies, Battle Barge Sparring Arena, and that'll all be available. You'll also have the Ultramarines Cosmetic Pack that'll be available in the Season Pass. Season 2 will bring with it new PvE missions, a lethal difficulty, a Neo Pistol, a new enemy type as well, and then as far as the Season Pass goes, you'll get the Dark Angels Champion Pack, Cosmetic Pack, Weapon Skin Pack, and that'll be in the Season Pass. Again, the paid content, all cosmetic. Season 3 will be kicking off in 2025. That'll bring with it a new PvE mission, new PvP game mode, new PvP arena, new enemy, PvE prestige ranks, Battle Barge expansion, and then with the Season Pass for Season 3, you'll be getting a Champion Pack, Cosmetic Pack, Weapon Skin Pack, and then another Champion Pack. Season 4 will bring with it the Horde mode, new enemy, and new weapon. That'll be deeper into 2025, and for the Season Pass, you'll be getting Champion Pack, Cosmetic Pack, Weapon Skin Pack, and Champion Pack. So there are some cosmetic buyable content in the FAQ for Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. They have a question that is, are there any microtransactions in Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2? The answer, no, there aren't any microtransactions in Space Marine 2. No in-game cash shop, all gameplay content and features will be free to all players. Any paid DLCs will be cosmetic only. I will let you guys assess that however you want to assess it, as far as, you know, if buyable cosmetics outside of the game, being there's no in-game microtransaction store, if that's a microtransaction, let me know in the comment section down below how you guys feel about that. I should also add that the game is noted to take around 10 to 12 hours for its campaign. However, this time can vary depending on difficulty and your player profile. One final thing I do want to note, this is a very, very technically impressive game, let's put it that way. Like, the visuals in this game look very, very good, and we do have system requirements. However, I would have appreciated 4 tiers of system requirements, especially for a game like this. We don't have enough information with just 2 tiers of system requirements. I'll go through them, but I feel like more and more, especially with big-scale game releases, 4 tiers of requirements has been the standard. This seems like a little bit of a step back, but minimum is a Ryzen 5 2600X or an Intel Core i5 8600K, 8GB of RAM at the minimum side of things, 6GB of VRAM, AMD RX 580, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060, and they note this is for 30 FPS in 1920 by 1080 with low preset, and an SSD is required. With that information, you might be questioning, is this game going to be Steam Deck compatible? While the game will not be Steam Deck verified right out the gate, they are working on full Steam Deck compatibility, and that is something that is going to come. Obviously, you don't need a game to have that verified checkmark for it to boot on the Steam Deck, but for full optimizations and making sure everything runs accordingly on the Steam Deck, you might want to wait a little while. I'm sure y'all are going to boot it up anyway on the deck and see how it runs. And based on these system requirements, I would imagine that the game is going to be able to run on the deck. Remember, these minimum requirements are for 30 FPS at 1920 by 1080. The Steam Deck has a 1200 by 800p screen, so the resolution is going to be a little bit lower. do imagine that you're going to have to play the game on low settings. I mean, that shouldn't be much of a surprise. Recommended! This will require an AMD Ryzen 7 5800X, Intel Core i7 12700, 16 gigs of RAM, and AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT or an RTX 3070 is noted for the GPU. And then this is for 60 FPS in 1920 by 1080 with the Ultra preset. Now, can you guys see why we need more system requirements here? 60 FPS at 1080p. Look, a lot of people rocking 1080p displays. No slight against that whatsoever. 1080p I still think looks quite good, but a lot of people are also running 1440p displays or are running 4K displays or are looking to get well above 60 FPS. I get that we don't typically get system requirements here for getting, 120 FPS or anything like that, but for a 1440p display or 4K display or just a couple more tiers of requirements so we can get it a little bit more fleshed out, that would have been beneficial. But the fact that 3070 is being recommended for 1080p at Ultra, even though it's Ultra, the game's gonna be quite the beefy game to run. Like, if you're gonna be playing this at 1440p or 4K and you want to maintain Ultra settings and maintain 60 FPS, like, buckle up. You're gonna need a pretty nice PC. And I do want to go over the 3 editions available for the game. You do have the base game, which will be dropping September the 9th. That will get you the pre-order bonus of the Chosen DLC. The Gold Edition will get you the pre-order bonus, of course. You'll get the 4-day early unlock, and you will get the season pass full of cosmetics. And then with the Ultra Edition, you'll get the base game, you'll get the 4-day early unlock, you'll get the season pass, and then you'll also get the Ultramarines Champion Pack, which is even more cosmetics. Remember, all editions of the game are discounted on Green Man Gaming. You can save up to 16% if you're an XP member. If you're not an XP member, you can still save 13%. And it's a deep discount for a game that's not even out yet, and the game will be officially released on September the 5th. Unfortunately, this goes if you pre-order the game on Steam. If you buy the game on Green Man Gaming and redeem the Steam key on Steam, there will be no preloads for the game. I don't understand why we're living in an archaic era when it comes to this, but there will be preloads on Xbox and PlayStation. For whatever reason, no preloads on PC. Figure that one out, but incredibly excited for the game. I know I am a little bit critical about certain aspects of the game. Look, the early access thing I'm always going to be critical about. The lack of system requirements, that's just something I like to see across the board in gaming, especially for games as technically impressive as this. And the microtransaction thing, your mileage may vary. Decipher that however you want. I'm super stoked for this game. Can't wait to check it out. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. GMG link in the description box below. That's going to do it for me, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.